I had planned on my next video being an apartment tour and then like a detailed tour of like each section and how I organize my craft and art supplies and how we've accomplished thus far moving into a smaller place without losing any of the functionality. But while I was unpacking, I found my April Eco Emmy box. It doesn't get shipped in this. This is just something I keep it in. It comes in just a normal cardboard box. But anyway, I found this and I remembered that I wanted to do sort of like my feelings about the Eco Emmy box, as well as just like a really quick review about the current one that I have, which is April. So, yes, let me tell you what I think. Okay. So I had seen the Emmy box on YouTube. I'd seen some people review it, and I'd seen a lot of other cosmetic boxes where the theme is that you get samples for like a flat fee per month. So you pay your subscription fee, you get these samples a month, and then most of them will give a coupon or something just in case you want to get the full-size version of it. But none of them interested me, except until I saw the Eco box. Now let me tell you why the Eco box really interested me. It was because growing up in like the 80s and 90s. Okay, so let me tell you why the Eco Emmy box though caught my eye. I had seen it, I was really interested in the fact that it was more eco-friendly items as opposed to other basic consumer items. And the thing is that growing up in the 80s and 90s and seeing the things that my mother purchased, I realize now that I'm older that you tend to buy the things that you grew up with. So I am a pro at consumer items like Tide, the detergent, and Doritos and frozen pizzas and like everything I grew up with in the 80s and 90s, sugared cereals, things like that, bleach, like just normal stuff that my mom used around the house to sustain our household and to keep us kids fed. But as I got older, I realized, you know, even though I had carried on those habits, those consumer habits that my mom had given me, I realized that I kind of wanted to venture out into other items. Now, the thing is that it's really expensive to try new things, especially when you get those new things and they don't turn out to, one, work or to be worth the money. So it can get pricey trying to break your consumer habits that you were raised with. Excuse me if I'm rocking, I'm in my lazy boy because I'm still trying to figure out where I'm going to film in the new house. But anyway, okay, so 80s and 90s kid trying to be a little bit more eco-friendly, but not wanting to do all of the research and all of the shopping that it requires to find these new products that I can then carry on to consumer habits. So when I saw the Eco Emmy box, I thought, okay, this is great. It's going to give me samples and do a lot of the research for me on items that I wouldn't, one, necessarily buy for myself, even though I might want to try it. The cost of certain things would kind of deter me from spending the money on something I don't know anything about. So when I saw the Eco Emmy box, I thought, okay, this is great. It's $15 a month, and it'll be a way for me to try new items for the house. Food, cleaning supplies, toiletries, makeup, all of that good stuff are some of the things that they give during their monthly samples. So I loved it, but I still wasn't sold on getting it, only because, again, I'm like, oh, well, it's $15 and are the samples really going to be worth it? So I looked up all of the reviews and everyone seemed to love it, and finally my husband surprised me with a subscription, and this is now my second box. And I've been loving it. I love the way that I get to try things that I wouldn't necessarily purchase. Like I said, all of the other ones out there that are mostly makeup, you know, I know the brands, I'm familiar with the brands. All of the other boxes that I see that sort of have the same premise with the monthly samples, I see that they're usually brands that I'm very familiar with, so there's no need for me to get samples. But the Eco Emmy box shows me things that I may see in stores like Whole Foods and other things like that, but I never purchase just because I'm worried about wasting money. So this is a good compromise. So this is my April Eco Emmy box 2012 sheet of paper. As a graphic designer, I have a few issues with it because it's really hard to read, and this is like the second month I've had it, and it is really hard to read. But I love that they actually give you information. When looking up all of like these sample boxes and trying to choose which one I wanted, I realized that a lot of the reviews were saying that other companies weren't really explaining the products, or just weren't really saying much about the samples you were given. So even though it is a little hard to read, I really do appreciate their literature that comes with every box that they send a month. It gives you a cute little letter, which is just always nice to have something personal. And then it gives you a description of each product that you get, as well as what the full size price would be of the product. So I'm just going to quickly show you some of the samples I got in the April box, because again, this video was more so to say that I just love these boxes and I love being able to try new things I wouldn't necessarily want to spend money on, and then once trying these purchases, I can then decide if I want to purchase them. So, okay, so a few of the products that were in here that I just loved and I will be purchasing is this paper that is made in Sri Lanka. And I was really taken back at first when I read the card, and it says that it is, where is it? Okay, well, I don't need the card to remember what it was. The paper is actually made from elephant dung, so this is elephant poop, which I just think is awesome. I think it's really cool that they're recycling what you would normally consider waste to do something for a great cause. So I won't go into detail about the paper and the cause that it supports, except to say that it's for elephants, and that I think it's wonderful, and I am going to be purchasing this paper. But for more information, I'm just going to link to the bottom, and then you can research it for yourself. So I was even going to do, since this is such a really pretty print on this paper, and then it's got the story about the cause on the back, I was going to put this in a frame and actually do some sort of mixed media project with it, because I just thought it was so beautiful. But I got honey on it, which is another product that this sample came with, or that this Eco Emmy box for April came with. So I can't use it after all, but I did keep the paper so that I could just show you, and I will be putting the link to the website at the bottom of the info bar. So that honey that was on there was this organic raw honey from Wholesome Sweetness, no, Sweeteners, Fair Trade, USDA organic, and this stuff was amazing. Hopefully you could see my husband and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And with that sample came information regarding the honey. That honey got everywhere. Regarding the honey. Now, I live in San Clemente, California, and there's supposed to be a beekeeper somewhere locally, and I've been wanting to try their honey for a very long time. So I am really hoping that they are as well put together and as eco-friendly and as sweet tasting as this honey, because I would love to support a local before I went elsewhere, although I'm really close to Mexico and this is from Mexico. So if I don't like their honey, I will be repurchasing this one, but this stuff was amazing. Okay, it also came with a Lauren Brooke Cosmetics bronzer, and this is, it says golden bronzer, and I love the packaging. I thought it was really neat. The pigmentation is great. It did last all day. The color wasn't for me, so I won't be repurchasing this particular color, but I may be repurchasing other cosmetics from this particular company. Another thing that I really loved was the natural toothpaste. This again is like something I probably wouldn't have purchased. Natural toothpaste from Dr. Collins in vanilla mint and goji berry. I may pronounce that very wrong. This stuff was really good, and you could probably tell I've been using this a lot as well, and I will be repurchasing this toothpaste. And this is a toothpaste I wouldn't have normally purchased since I wasn't familiar with it, but now that I've been able to try a sample, I will definitely be repurchasing it. So those are just a few things. There's a lot more. I am familiar with Burt's Bees, but it was nice to get a little lip gloss from them. Again, I love the product, but this particular color is not for me. So that's a downside. Some of the samples may be fantastic products, but not necessarily a color or a scent that you may not have chosen if you would have purchased it outright in the store. But I think the point is just to get to know some of these brands that are up and coming, or that have been around a long time and you just didn't know about, and that are just a little bit more eco-friendly or local even. Like Mexico, like I said, is really close to me, so on this side of the country, so that to me is almost local, as opposed to getting honey like some of the other honey places I've purchased in the past have been like from Brazil. So anyway, lots of great products. There's some shea butter. This is whipped shea butter from Shea Radiance. I might have pronounced that wrong too. I don't think so. Great product. Probably won't be repurchasing this because it wasn't my cup of tea, but I could see someone else purchasing this. I didn't actually like the scent too much. It kind of smells like tea, which is nice, but I don't want to smell like tea. And other great stuff. On some samples that I haven't even tried yet, just because I'll probably use them for traveling, like this goat milk soap. Yeah, I probably won't try that until I do some traveling. So if I do use this and feel like it's worth talking about, then you'll see it in another video. So again, really cool box. I don't want to go into too much detail about all the products, but you do get a lot of goodies for $15. And for me, I get to try stuff that I wouldn't necessarily try elsewhere. So I'm very pleased with it, and I'll put all the links below so that you guys can check it out too. And my next video, like I said, is probably going to be an apartment tour, and probably let you follow along with me as I continue to organize my small space and how I do some crafting in my small space. So hope you guys are having a great one. Bye.